Hey guys, Mr. Rysz here to help you on part 3 of the 123 app. So we're going to go through your projects here that we have. I'm going to save the project as part 3. And there we go. Now, the one thing at the end of part 2, we missed a crucial step here. So you want to make sure you do this, is you want to go through and initialize your global variables of price and size as 0. So go to our blocks. Over here. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's get some variables here. We're going to initialize global. We're going to call one size. We're going to get another one, call it price. And we're going to make both of them 0. Control-C, Control-V. All right. So we had to make sure that those are all initialized at 0 at the beginning. All right. Now we can actually go through our problem here. We can start part 3. All right, so I'm going to split screen this here so we can see more of the code and the instructions over here to the right. So let's talk about some procedures and methods and functions. So there are main ways that you have seen the abstraction in the previous activities is through like built-in procedures. So the term procedure, function, and method are often used interchangeably depending on the language you are coding in. So the following points might help you out recognize the difference between each term. So a function returns a value, but a procedure doesn't have to. A function accepts the input of values and returns one or more values. A procedure is a small component of a computer program that may contain one or several specific algorithms to accomplish a certain task. Methods are similar to functions in text-based programming language like Python. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to set up a procedure that will use the local variables to calculate the area of the pizza using the formula to find the area of a circle of pi r squared. The procedure will accept the integers stored in the variables as pi and r and pass them through local variable formulas stored in the procedure. And at the end will return the result. Okay. So what we're going to do here is for most pizza companies, they provide the diameter, not the radius of the pizza. So that means the size of one edge to the other. What we're going to have to do is set up a local variable, so that we can actually determine the correct diameter once we get it. So we have the diameter, we got to get the radius there. All right, so we need to set up a procedure and to calculate here. And so we're going to go to procedures, and we're actually going to get not the do, but the result. We're going to change the name of this procedure to area formula. All right. Next, we're going to drag out the local variable block, and we're going to initialize local name to, and we're going to call the one pi, and we're going to set that equal to 3.14. Now we could keep going 3.1415. You know what I'm actually wondering here is, let's see. Wondering about the pi is actually on here. I don't see it. I don't see anything that would tell me random fraction. Yeah. Okay, but we can do 3.14. All right, next we got to click the blue mutator button because we need another one here. All right, and we're going to call this one R for radius. And we need to set this equal to the size variable divided by 2. Okay, and so what we have to do here is get our math. We're going to get our divided by. And variables, we're going to get the size. And then we're going to divide it by 2. Okay. And then lastly, in the local variable, we're going to use the arithmetic operator here, that area equals pi times r squared. So in the end here, we're going to have to try to figure out, well, we got to multiply. And we are going to multiply pi, which is a variable, pi, and then times r squared. So if we look right here is to the exponents, we're going to get the radius squared. Okay, So we should have something that looks like the result here, which we do. So the formula calculation will return the number to whatever the procedure was made. Sorry, because the area is needed to calculate the price per area, this will call the procedure in the next procedure that we'll make. So we're using a procedure to call a procedure. I'm crazy. The advantage of keeping them separate procedures is that you may call just the area procedure whenever you need it, or just call the price procedure whenever we need it. So instead of trying to do them both at once, we can keep them separated. So that way we can go through and kind of use one or the other, or use both of them. All right, next we're going to make another one for the price per area. All right, so we're going to do another procedure as a result. We're going to call this one price per area. All right, and we have to think about math-wise. We're going to need some variables here. We're going to need a local variable that will get the area formula. And all right, and we'll need another one here. Okay, so let's think about what we should call it here. If we want to find the price per area, we need to know the area, and we'll get that by calling the area formula. And then we need to know the price, which we can get that by just getting out the global price. Okay. And so if we want to find the price per area, all right, all we have to do here, math, is to get some gets here. Take the price, and we're going to use the local price, not the global price, but the local one here, and divide by the area. Okay, so we can test our app and see what it does here. And hopefully, if you guys want to take a second to do that, connect your app, you'll see what it does. Which it does nothing, right? All right, we haven't programmed it to use these inputs or anything like that. They're just built into our code. So they're things that are underneath the surface there. We have to say, when do we actually use that? So we have to call a procedure to do that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next, is we're going to call a procedure. And we're going to use the calculate button. So remember, that is this button right here, the calculate square inches of pizza. Alrighty, so what we need to do here is we need to get a couple things. So let's find the calculate button. Click. All right, we want to set the global price to whatever the person typed in wants. So we got a variables, we got to get a set global price. We're going to set it equal to the text of the price one input. I'm going to duplicate that because we also want to set the size equal to the size one input. Okay, so then we need a result. We have a result text here, result output here, and we wanted to say a couple things. We wanted to say, if you remember here, we wanted to say price per slice, and then the number of slices, and then how much, actually, can't even zoom that out. Let's see, monitor size, oh, tablet size, that's what I want to do. We want to have the number of slices here, the price per slice, and the number of pizzas to order. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we can really only do one thing, right? We can only pretty much say right now the price per slice. And we could say the area. And so let's do a couple different things. Let's get the result. And we're going to have the result text say, we'll join a couple things. Now, some of these things will maybe move in and move out, but we'll get a join. Make it have a couple strings here. And one thing we want to know is the area of the pizza. And we need to know another one here. We need to know the price the cost per square inch. Cost per square inch. All right. And in order to do that, we're going to use our procedures that we have here. We use the area formula to get the area of the pizza. Go through. All right, so let's test this out, see how this looks. And so we're going to connect this to our tablet. I'm going to go ahead and connect AI companion. Scan it with my code. And then I'm going to switch the camera once I get this all set up. So let's see. Let's stop sharing here. Let's change the camera. General webcam. Oh yeah, I forgot I have the background on. All right, let's turn the background off. I forgot I can't do that. No background. All right, much better. Except for it's the wrong way. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, gosh. All right, let me scan this code again. Connect AI companion. Mr. Rysz, why don't you edit your videos? Because that would take like a couple minutes. All righty. Here we go. Connect, connect, connect. All right, let's see this so you guys can see this. Okay, so if we just click calculate, we're probably going to get an error here. Is it going to crash everything? It actually crashes our app. We'll dismiss it. All right, because we need to put in a price. And so I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to get a $12.99 a pizza. $12.99 price. What size pizza? Let's say for a 14-inch pizza. Calculate. So, okay, down here it says area of the pizza is 153.86 cost per square inch. Now, if you guys can see that there, a lot of that is like pretty close together. So we're going to add some spacing here before. So I'm going to put some spaces. I'm going to go back to screen sharing here. I'm going to put some spaces in between here. And hopefully, let's see if we click calculate again. All right, now it's spaced out. So we can see, we know the area. We can go through it. In fact, let's do the math real quick. See if that's actually correct. So I'm going to go to Desmos here. Desmos. All right, the area of the pizza. All right, so if I take the area of the pizza, which is 14 inches, if I divide that by 2, that's 7 inches. So if I do 3.14 pi times 7 squared, all right, 153.86. So our area of the pizza is correct. All right, the price of the pizza is $12.99. $12.99. If we divide that by the area, 153.86, that means we'd have to pay just over 8 cents, and that's what we have here. Okay, looks like we're good. We got that working. So what you guys are going to do is to upload this file, and I will see you guys for part 4. Have a good one.